say.
The study has been...
I mean, a good point.
Come on, you didn't fall for that, you idiot.
Yeah, I didn't, but I was pretending for the sake of, the stupid.
Right.
The study, which has been accepted now for publication in the peer-reviewed Elsevier Journal.
That's my favorite journal.
It's an ecological economics journal.
Yeah, I like it.
Says industrialized nations of the world, in their pursuit of energy resources, have created an unsustainable model that is doomed to implode on itself.
Dang it.
Creating a power vacuum and chaos.
I was afraid of that, because we're running out of oil. We're almost out of it.
We're
down to the last
we're not.
6 drops of oil. We've got 3 in the Middle East, 1 in Venezuela.
Actually, we have more oil than we
here.
thought we did, and now with our natural gas, we are far from any kind of trouble at all. No trouble at all.
I would honestly say we have a virtually unlimited supply of oil.
Because
realistically,
even if you wanted to get off of oil, and you want to say that, remember they used to say that natural gas cars, that was the way. That was the future. Everybody should have natural gas cars.
Do it.
Well, we can do it now because of fracking. We have an unlimited supply of natural gas.
And that doesn't even include the coal to oil technology that in a pinch we could use if we actually ran out of oil.
Literally, probably 500 to 1,000 years.
Do you know when this nonsense that we're about to run out of oil started?
1920.
Right around 1920. And that was supposed to be within 10, 20 years.
Well, I don't remember the reason, but the guy who started Standard Oil with Rockefeller got out. There was 2 guys, and one of them was like, you know what, I made my money on this, and Rockefeller's like, no, I don't think you have. And he's like, no, you know what, I just want out.
Have we talked about the fact that there's a theory out there, and it's out there now, so prove it's not true.
Somebody's got it,
that oil is not a fossil fuel, that it's some kind of goo that the Earth naturally creates somehow, for some reason that nobody knows about.
Well, I think whether it's, gooey dinosaurs or just gooey Earth.
It was something. If
it is
something
natural. If
it's renewable
oil
of itself, then you're not going to run out of it because the Earth continues to produce it. That's kind of the theory.
There's more oil spilled by the ocean than man could ever spill in the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, it naturally emits oil into the ocean. So, and the ocean seems to be doing fine. And so it's some sort of natural substance.
The ocean is bigger than some lakes. It's a
really big?
fairly large body of water.
Wow.
I've not heard that.
It's bigger than Grapevine Lake.
Well, I don't know if you know this.
Metroplex.
I don't know if you know this, but this, according to NASA, the fall of the Roman Empire and the equally, if not more so, advanced Han, Mauryan, and Gupta empires.
Yeah, the Gupta Empire really surprised me when they fell.
I didn't even know he was sick. I saw he was doing medical reports on CNN.
He fell. He tripped.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get up?
No, and his whole empire
are all
down. Testimony
to the fact that advanced, sophisticated, complex, and creative civilizations can be both fragile and impermanent. I didn't.
Impermanent.
Impermanent. Impermanent. We're not permanent.
Yeah.
We can't be permanent. No. I thought that all empires were permanent.
If you look at the Babylonian Empire just across the ocean there, you see that
there's still Greece.
The permanent, right. And the Romans, how long have they had
I've been to Rome.
The Byzantine Empire?
Or Byzantines?
Big on that one.
I'm still busy.
Mm-hmm.
They're still going.
Right.
Well, some members of
the Visigoths. I mean, I'm getting sick of them and their empire. The Mongols.
Let's go Mongol.
Pissed at Genghis and Kublai.
You mean Genghis?
And Genghis. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, some members of society might raise alarm that the system is moving towards an impending collapse and therefore advocate structural changes to society in order to avoid it. Do you see what this is? This is nothing than our government spending money on bogus science, cloaked as the UN, being washed through Ecological Economics Elsevier Journal, a peer-reviewed study, being washed through this to do 2 things. To tell you that you have to have a global structural change away from capitalism and more, and we'll get into this in a second. But also, so in the end, they can say, we told you, because collapse is coming, guys, but it has nothing to do with the world's resources. It has everything to do with being unhinged from reality. It also has everything to do with the coming technological storm. There is a technological advancement that is far more. These guys, they say they're for progress. These are the most anti-progress people I have ever seen. Ever. They are living in the Stone Age. They are holding together some system that that came up, that was brought forth by a crazy man in the 1850s that has been discredited every single time. And they want to go back to centralized control. Think of this. They are basically advocating a network system of television where you could go back to the utopian days of 3 television channels. They're advocating the idea that your phones are too complex, there's too much stuff, so just go back to one centralized phone company. You have too many choices, the airlines, and it doesn't work, just go with one centralized airline. There's too many choices with private schools and public schools, and there's too many, just one choice. Common Core. Don't you see? How is it our children who are raised on such diversity, an explosion, we are so self-hating, it is remarkable to me. Our kids, they don't know anything other than, if I think it, I can do it. They don't know anything else. And somehow or another, the government has convinced people, those very kids, that you know what gums the system up? Freedom. That's what gums the system up. Government makes it work better. And yet everything in their life tells them that's not true. But somehow or another, they still believe it. It's remarkable.
Look how the study, did you read how the study says this can be avoided?
Yeah.
That is chilling. It can be avoided, and population can reach a steady state at the maximum carrying capacity.
So in other words, the planet can only carry so many people.
Right.
They've said this every step of the way, that we'll have too many people, and so it will collapse on itself. Read it from any century. You will read it in any and all centuries, too many people.
So we can avoid all this if the rate of depletion of nature is reduced to a sustainable level, and if resources are distributed equitably. Equitably. Oh, okay.
But also there is something here too. Here it is.
We're going to world distribution of resources.
And also reducing population growth.
I mean, frightening. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
The people who are against progress, us, are the ones rooting for more people on the planet. And I think we all realize that the people, when we come and talk about growth of numbers on the planet, it's all coming from Africa and Asia and the Middle East and all these areas that we supposedly hate. Yet here we are, the ones rooting on more people. I would like more people to live. It's this crazy idea that I have.
But it's also, they are blaming this on the West. And if you look at the European birth rates, we are not replenishing ourselves. It's not the West that is the problem. It is the East.
And it's not a problem.
Yeah,
more
I know
people
that.
Is not
I'm saying
problem.
If they think that it is a problem, it's not a problem in the West.
And it's certainly
it's not coming from us.
Right.
And if they believe that the problem is more people that are coming from, I mean, I can't believe liberals or progressives are the one arguing that more people in Africa is a bad thing. But if they want that, giving more resources, equitably distributing them across the globe is only going to increase population. It's going to increase people living longer, which I believe is a good thing, by the way. I want people to live longer, but they apparently don't. So I don't understand how they feel like they're going to solve the problem by distributing all of the wealth around. It's not about this.
This is NASA.
Yeah.
When we saw that NASA's main mission was changed from exploration to telling the Muslim world how great they are, we should have called for the banning or the dissolving of NASA.
Yeah.
And that's not something I call for lightly, but you know what? Shut it down. Shut it down. What the hell are they doing?
Yeah, if this is what they're going to do.
This is worse. This is worse than going on just some friendly mission and saying, oh, look, we want to hold your hand and say how great you are. That's a complete waste of resources. This is taking NASA and trying to fit them into an organ to play the music of Karl Marx. That's all this is. NASA should be defunded right now.
If this is what they're going to do, I mean, you have to. Go talk about space a little bit more, okay? Stop talking about all this nonsense that they're...
But why even do space anymore? It's not 1950 anymore.
Yeah, I'm fine
look at what's his name is doing in with space. Virgin Airlines. Look what they're doing with space. Look what the what is it? SpaceX project is doing. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
You don't need it anymore. Again,
leave it to the private sector.
We're not living in 1950 or 1850. Government centralized control.